Alright, we're going to start doing the details here. And I'm going to try to do as many details in this video as possible. So the first thing we're going to do is do her shoes. And I've got some tanned leather here. And we're just going to paint them up. I thought just now that I should maybe check to see if I want to paint her foot in there and kind of have it a open-topped shoe. But I think I am going to paint it all just a single color. And that was a little too fast, because I'm done. Go in just a little bit deeper here. I guess at this point there's not a lot of worry about her shoe, because there's just not a lot there. So I guess these videos are going to go a little bit quicker. I should have put more paint on a palette and I could just go to the next thing. So we're going to stop right there. And I'll fade out and do something and we'll go to the next detail. Alright, looked at my notes and I was going to paint these straps on her hipulet, amulet, bracelet. What is that called? It's not a necklace, it's a hiplace. If anybody really knows what that's supposed to be called, I'd be more than happy to listen to it in the comments. Because it's not a belt. Well, I guess it is a belt, but it's not a belt. So, looking for a specific jewelry term, fashion term, something. What is that called? Let me just check my notes here. Nope, I was just doing the straps. Though, I really want to do a frame around this amulet too. But I do have another color mixed up for that, so maybe I'll just go with that for right now. Okay, so calling that good. Probably should give another coat on the shoes. I think my paint was a little bit too wet. So I get a little bit thinner stuff. Not thinner stuff, thicker. Of course, the problem is I think I've done this entire mini in paint that was much too thick. Because I am not getting the smooth paint that I want. However, ooh, shaking really bad. Bet you it shows up better in the video by being darker, even though it's messed up color. Anyway, I've gone in and mixed tan leather with like 2 parts sunlight yellow. I've come up with a little gold colored paint right there. Try to get it where it's not. And it's paint a mustard, if you will. There's another term for it involving babies and diapers, and I'm not saying it. And those of you who have never changed a diaper that color, it smells really, really terrible. Okay. I'm going to try to paint just the edge of this amulet. Ooh, did good on that one. Sometimes I surprise myself. Brace myself a little bit better here. Make sure it's visible on the screen. My computer is actually behind me. And so I've got a mirror pinned up to my cabinet that I can look in. So sometimes I have to remember which direction things are going. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Not the mirror on the cabinet, the orangey, goldy, whatever color you want to call that. I'm also going to try to just dab a bit on that middle. I want to say she's got a brooch or something right in the middle. And I was going to try to paint a red gemstone on that. But considering my failures lately, I'm just going to call it good with just a little touch of paint. And I'm going to use that same gold on all of her bracelets. I think she's got an anklet down here. So, you know, at least she's being well paid. I don't know, that could be fake. Because it depends on the clientele. Some of them might know it's a fake. Others may just be in the harbor and don't care. Any port in a storm, right? This conversation is taking a weird turn. Could go a lot weirder, but I am not going to let it. Too late. Now, normally, I would probably be painting these in a metallic. Why is that so dark? Is that just because of my hand? I guess so. You know, there's a thing called non-metallic metal, NMM, which, you know, supposedly harkens back to the painters of long ago when they did not have metallic paint. And so they would paint things with regular color but make it look like it was metallic. You know, use yellow and browns for gold and a bit more orange for bronzes. Or was it copper? You know, some colors like that. Check here. And I'm not saying that's a invalid technique. I'm saying I can't do it. At least not yet. Really trying to push out several of these videos and miniatures, because time is rapidly running out for me. I originally had planned to have all of these done by the end of December. I was going to have a long Christmas break, take vacation time, and get this all painted up, and it didn't happen. Okay, so I wanted to paint a little bit of her lips. So I'm going to get the base color ready. I think I'm just going to do a straight out of the bottle muddy brown. Actually, I have that right there. That's muddy brown. But I want to give her a little pinkish hue on her lips. Some red lipstick. Try not to be too terrible with the red, but we'll get that put in, and, well, I'll get those paints mixed up, and then we'll finish this mini. Cool beans. Okay, I have gotten just a smidgen of blood red, and I didn't really mix it per se. I just got a wet brush. I'm just kind of drawing out just a little tiny bit, and let's see if we can just give her slightest hint. Come on, you can touch lips. It's okay. There's a little tip. Not exactly what I was trying to do. I may not have wet enough. Maybe dried on the way over. Okay. Sure you can't see it on here, but I am happy with that. So, wash that brush off, and I'm going to switch to a larger bristle now, and just got the straight muddy brown, and I'm just going to go to town on the base here. And try to hold it so it can actually be visible. You know what? I wasn't going to do this, but I think after this muddy brown dries, I will give it a wash so it's not a uniform color. Yeah, it's just a... I don't know if he was doing that off, but... It's a simple technique, and it'd add just that little bit of extra, so... For once, I won't be lazy about it. Well, actually, I'm pretty good on bases. It's all the other stuff. You'll notice I'm painting the blue tack. And so far, I've had this blue tack. I'd give years, but that's probably not a very useful term. How many miniatures has it been through? And I'd say a good 20 or 30. And, you know, it's still holding up through primer and gloss coats. Let me see if I can get right in there without messing things up. I want to get in there, but I don't want to dab really. Yeah, there we go. Try to get all the little spots of blue off. You know, I could give her a thin coat of this brown going up the dress, hem just a little bit. That way it looks like it's, you know, been dragging the ground and it's all muddy outside. But that's okay. Not gonna do it. Trying to give just a little definition to the shoe there. And I am going to take, trying to look at what I have here. I think I'm just going to have to go with a little drop of pure black. And I don't have the deep dish palette, I guess you could say. So I'm just mixing up here a few drops of a wash. And if I'm going to do that, I'll make it a true wash and put some floor polish in it. I could do this on camera, but use your imagination. And normally should probably let that dry quite a bit more. Let's do a little experiment. I just go ahead and do it. One thing I've noticed about future floor polishes, I think it smells like green apples to me. I don't know if anybody else has that come across, but not that it matters. And it's sitting in nicely, and I think the top coat had enough to try a little bit. I want to wash that, but I shouldn't. I may go, I still got that brown sitting here, the muddy brown. I may mix a little bit of it into a wash and put that on there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just taking the muddy brown I had, adding like, well, I don't know how many drops that was. That was a lot of drops. Quick mix. Drop of the floor polish. Mix that in. That's not nearly thin enough. Now it's flowing all over my ceramic tile, so yeah, that's probably thin enough. And God, it's going to be everywhere. Okay. Get the side of her foot. And I'm calling that good. I think this video ran much longer than the others, but we're finishing it up. Thank you for watching this entire little first series of mine. Look for me on Cool Meaner or Not. This will be up with nice pretty pictures, and I may even stick it in the gallery, see what I finally get for it. I'm hoping at least a 5. I'll take a picture from a little far away and all the flaws will disappear. But sorry, my stuff was flowing off the palette. If you like the series, I appreciate the like and subscribe. I have more coming. For those of you who are watching this in March, you should have a whole series, at least 2 or 3. I do have more articles up on the Cool Mini or Not website, and that's where you can find the ones that I didn't video. The videos do take quite a bit of time. I have to do 10 minutes of painting, 10 minutes of rendering, and it takes up a lot of time. So I hope you enjoyed it. The Wench says goodbye. Thank you for watching. Forgot to mention one little thing. When I finish this and it dries, I do seal it. This is my super duper cheap glossy clear that I use. I'm not sure why I want to go cheap on that, but that's what I do. And then I finish it up with a matte, and I do buy a nice matte finish for Krylon, from Krylon. And the theory behind that is the gloss coat is what really protects it, and then the matte finish comes in and covers the gloss. This is mostly for gaming miniatures, I believe. The theory is that when you start seeing shiny spots on the figure, then you know it's time to give it a quick little wash off to get all the oil off, and then another spray of matte. And this way you never have fingerprints or people's fingers getting in and start rubbing off the paint off the mini. But anyway, I wanted to share that before I quit. And I'll throw this into the end of the video. Thank you for watching again. See ya.